How's it going out there? This is Experemint. So Globe Earther, FTFE. He calls himself FTFE, meaning Fight the Flat Earth. So he was debating Bro Sanchez recently, which was pretty surprising. A lot of flat earthers refused to engage in dialogue with him. So I kind of give props to Bro Sanchez for stepping into the ring, because to me it's kind of like, it's just like how, their side refuses to debate flat earthers a lot of times. So I don't see why not jump in the ring with this guy. I mean, I don't know what a lot of the most prominent flat earthers just refuse to engage in dialogue with them. And it's like, hey, I figured like when, we should jump in the ring with this guy. I mean, yeah, like we can't be saying like, oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson won't debate us and scientists won't debate us. And we can't really have those complaints if we're acting the same way. So salute to Bro Sanchez for jumping in the ring with this dude. I don't know, like I think I see why a lot of people don't want to debate him. It's just, I don't know. I mean, maybe not on his channel. Maybe you can come up with a median where it's like a different moderator or something. I don't know what would be the solution, but I mean, I think he's worth going against. I mean, because he uses a lot of information that can be easily challenged. I mean, he's pretty much textbook science, where it's like, oh, science said this, science said that, so therefore it's true. It's in the books. It's like all that weak stuff. But he thought he had Sanchez where he said, he tried to use there's a movie called, what was it called? Beyond the Curve, I think, or something. Yeah, I think that's what it was called, with Mark Sargent and Jaronism and Bob Nodal and Patricia Steer and a few others. Basically, FTFE, like every time he tries to bring up this experiment where Bob Nodal had this, what was it, a gyroscope or something, where it's like some type of laser sensitive gyroscope or something, where it was supposed to pick up on the spin of the earth. And so he uses this often, and he tried to use that against Bro Sanchez. Bro Sanchez refused to comment on it. I think he could have commented on that, but I guess that's his strategy. He's saying that's not his experiment. He's not going to comment on it. But I think if it's described to you, I mean, you could take a shot at it. I mean, it's not that hard to debunk, really, because he's thinking it's like the end all be all, like, oh, that's for sure means 100% the earth is spinning. It's like, well, I'll take a shot at it then. How about that? How about we go like this? No, that doesn't prove the earth is spinning, in my opinion. Now, look, I agree with Bro Sanchez. That's not my experiment. And, I would have to look more into it, probably. I should probably look more into it, I guess, before I really comment on it. But I'm going to say right here, right off the bat, I can say for sure, I know that just because it's picking up on some spinning doesn't mean it's picking up on the earth spinning. It could be picking up on the ether spinning or the firmament spinning. You see, we know for sure stars and the wandering stars and the heavenly bodies above are rotating. We see that for sure. But science is saying, no, we're spinning, and the pretty much the sky is standing still and we're spinning, but we're just noticing the sky spin. It's just from perspective. I'm like, well, that was the big argument Galileo was bringing up against the Roman Catholic churches. He was saying, like, yeah, that was the big debate. Are we spinning? Is the earth spinning, or is the sky spinning? And I maintain that the sky is spinning. I believe there's some type of energy up there where there's a rotating motion. We see the sun circling above us. We see the moon circling above us. We see those things moving for sure. Then if in the what do you call parallax? With the parallax, you would see like so the moon and the stars. Well, I mean the moon and the sun would be closer to us, but then the parallax that I see is that basically the stars are farther than the sun and the moon, so they're not moving as obvious. It's like it takes a while. You got to sit there and do a time lapse to really see them moving. So to see like the stars move, I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing, and it's not proven. Just because a gyroscope picks up on some type of movement doesn't mean that it's the earth moving. I mean, I'm taking a shot at this without even fully 100% understanding the experiment, but I just know for sure like that's what it could be picking up on. I think they tried to cover it up with something and see if, and it was still picking up on some type of degree, like what was it, like 15-degree rotation or something. It was picking up on that allegedly, so hey, yeah. So basically, if this gyroscope's picking up on the spinning of the earth, there's no proof that that's the earth spinning. It's just something is acting, something is moving, something is in motion, but it's either one or the other, and it's not proven either way. Even the other experiment, the pendulum experiment, I mean, with all those experiments, we don't know for sure like if those are accurate experiments, but if they are, if there's something to it, yeah, I mean, I don't think it proves anything one way or the other. I think we definitely still know that something's spinning. It's just they're saying they know for sure what is spinning, and we're saying no, that it has to be something else. We don't think the earth is spinning. I mean, there's a lot of evidence to prove the earth isn't spinning. I mean, they always try to say the Coriolis effect, and then at the same time they'll say there is no Coriolis effect because the atmosphere is moving at the same speed as the ground pretty much. So they try to have it both ways. It's like, oh, so if you go in a hot air balloon, does the ground move under you? No, it doesn't. But it's like then at the same time the snipers will say, yeah, every time I come, we for sure use the Coriolis effect. And then there's other snipers who will say, no, you don't. You don't use the Coriolis effect. You think you do because that's just what you just want to believe in the globe. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said one time a football player was kicking a field goal and tried to say, oh, the Coriolis effect was used. But then they say, well, no, there is no Coriolis effect when you need to land a plane, or, you know, it's like they just, and then on top of that, there's documents that say that with military equipment and airplane activity and all types of military stuff, and they're saying that you don't use the Coriolis effect. You don't use that. They said assume a stationary earth that's not moving. In order for this equipment to operate properly, you must assume a stationary earth. There's other experiments that prove a stationary earth. So I'll have to do a deeper discussion on that. But as far as this quick discussion, I mean, this is just taking a shot at these assumptions, and I'm just saying that there's no real proof that it's either way. Just because you pick up on something spinning doesn't mean it's automatically the earth. It doesn't, because we're saying there's something spinning too. So why can't it be the sky? Why can't it be the sky, the motions of the sky? Why can't it be wind, sky, whatever? It's like there's movement going on, and the sky is definitely like a clock. It's like you can depend on it, and In an accidental universe, you can't have that type of precision where the sky, the moon is a calendar, the sun is a actual clock. Like you can really time stuff by it. It arrives at the same time. That type of motion. If now they're saying that's the Earth spinning, but whatever you're saying, either way, it's too perfect for it to be an accident. But as far as if it's the Earth or the skies, it's like, yeah, I'm sticking to this, the sky spinning. There's energies in the sky. I believe the center is the North Pole, where these energies are spinning, something spinning around. I'm going to get into a discussion about the North Pole. I want to do an actual documentary style video for it though, because I finished it a while ago, but I never released it because it was a podcast style discussion, and I really want to put this out as a documentary style video. So if you would like to chip in $1 on my Patreon page or whatever you feel, and then you're able to chip in, I'd appreciate it. It helped me get this new documentary style video out again with pictures and really well done, well edited, all that. So let's try to get that video out if we can. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. Look, FTFE, no, you can assume all day that and side with the books and whatever, but that doesn't mean it's right. Like these experiments, there's other explanations to what we're witnessing with these experiments that you're bringing up. So it's not 100% proof of anything. And also there's experiments that, like I said, I'm gonna have to come back and do a more in-depth discussion on this topic too, I guess, where I can provide you with a lot of information that counters the argument that the Earth is spinning. We can there's a lot of information we can put on the table from our side that we have to take into consideration. So you can't just have one experiment says proves everything. It's like you're trying to say there's one experiment proves everything. It doesn't matter if what you're saying. It doesn't matter if we have opposing experiments that prove otherwise. So I'm gonna have to compile some stuff together where we can tackle this subject, and I'll be more prepared for it. But for now, this was just a shot at that assumption that this gyroscope is proving the Earth spin. I refuse to. No, it's not enough information. It's not enough. It's not solid. It's not solid evidence. There's other explanations to. That's how the flat earthers. That's how the globe earthers do. It's like they try to use things like they think one thing just proves it. They think, oh, this is it. This is it. But no, you would have to nullify and debunk the opposing arguments before you can say there's one experiment proves anything. Like they try to say the Aristophanes thing. It's like, no, like there's explanations. There's explanations about that doesn't prove what they said it proved, because you can prove there's other factors you can add to disqualify what you're saying. There's with any type of experiment, you can't just say, oh, this is it, everybody agrees with me, so that's that. I got the science community to approve of this. That's how they did. It's like they're all in on it together. The science community is heavily biased towards globe Earth, so of course they can get approval for what some claims they might want to put out there, because they are very biased. They're not open to dialogue, and we saw their behavior. We see it every day. Like we see it with a lot of stuff. They're not open to dialogue. Science is more of a religion, and it's clear. It's clear they're a religion because how they behave. They refuse to have debates more than anybody. Like they refuse to have discussions, and it's definitely cultish how they behave. It's very cultish. Pick up on that, especially if you're an atheist and you're thinking that science is proving your atheism. Well, look at how they behave. If science is true, fair and honest, then they wouldn't behave like how they behave to any challenges. And they just refuse challenges, and they refuse to discuss things. They say, nope, that's it, it's in the textbook, that's it. So yeah, anyways, like I said, link will be in the comment section in the description box if you'd like to donate to this channel. Also leave links to my other channels and my social media. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind signing off.